Alright, hey guys, how's it going? Quick note on gameplay, Golden AK Silence, running Specialist, playing on Terminal. I'm glad that they brought Terminal back. I think this needs to be a gold standard for every Call of Duty from now on, to bring back one old map in each DLC installation. If they do 4, if they spread it out, it could be like one old map every month or something like that, because, let's be honest, some of the old maps, Terminal is the best map in Modern Warfare 3. Period. Back in Modern Warfare 2, some of the old ones from COD 4 were the best maps in Modern Warfare 2, and so on and so forth. And I think if Black Ops 2, if Treyarch brings back some old maps from like Black Ops or World at War, those would be the best maps in the game. I mean, we don't know yet because we haven't played the game. We don't know if they have like really outstanding maps yet, but that's besides the point. They've just got some really good maps that they can choose from, and it's always a good idea. You know, bring back an old map. Why not? So, what I want to talk about this one, I can't believe I haven't done this, and I probably should have done it sooner, but a brief gameplay history, because I was going through some of the Drunken Blowfish's old videos, and like his second one, or one of his first ones, was brief gaming history, and I figured, hey, now's as good a time as any, right? So, back in the day, I was born in 90. For anybody who doesn't know, 1990, not like I'm a 90s kid, I was born in 97, no, 22, I was born in 90, and the first gaming console I can ever remember my family owning, and I could be wrong on this one, but the first one that really mattered to me, is the first PlayStation, the original PlayStation. And that's why I still play PlayStation to this day. Like, I'm a PlayStation person. I don't like the Xbox, but I don't necessarily like hate it. I don't have anything really against that. It's just not for me. I don't like it, and it doesn't really have any of the games that interest me. As far as like the PlayStation has those games also. Like, I don't care for Halo. I don't care for Gears of War, and that's pretty much all they've got that's exclusive. So that's besides the point anyway. Back then, I was a typical, 90s kid. Like, we played outside. I played video games here and there. Some Road Rage, some arcade games like Pac-Man, Galaga, Donkey Kong, stuff like that, like at arcades, or back when, I don't know if people do this anymore, like actually go to Pizza Huts to eat, but we used to go to a Pizza Hut every once in a while to sit down and eat, and they had arcade machines like Pac-Man and stuff, and we'd play that. And then, I played, like, Killer Instinct and SNES games, NES, Sega, all that, Mortal Kombat, everything, pretty much, but not all the time, not every day. It was every once in a while. I wasn't an avid gamer. I was just, I played whenever a friend wanted to, or if it was there, or whatever. But back whenever we first got a PlayStation, and I remember because I was with my mom and my younger brother, and we were shopping. I don't know, we were just with my mom shopping, and we walked by the electronics, or we walked past it, and she asked if we got it, if we would play it and use it, and it wouldn't just be like a waste of money. And we were so excited. We were like, yeah, of course, yeah, we totally would. And I mean, I had 2 older brothers also, so if we didn't, they would. And I think that's sort of what the case became. Like, we got it, and the first game we got was Rayman. 1, maybe 2, probably just 1, I don't really know. Because I remember playing it, but I don't think I ever got past maybe the second level. I was horrible at games. I was the kind of kid you give the control to, and if I had to walk to the left, I'd be leaning left, or I'd be leaning right. Or if I had to jump, I would jump up out of my seat. Like, I was playing motion gaming before the Kinect even existed, using my full body to move the character. So I was just horrible, and that's kind of how it was with every game. Like I said, I played Mortal Kombat and stuff over at a friend's house and whatnot all the time, but would play for, 30 minutes, an hour, then would go right outside and do things outside instead. So what really changed it, though, for me, was the first Resident Evil game. And I think what just caught my attention was, it was the first time I remember ever seeing it was the opening cinematic, where they land, the helicopter lands, and they all get out, and all of a sudden the helicopter pilot takes off because one of the guys gets the dogs attack him and they find him dead and the dogs are eating him. The dogs start chasing him and the helicopter takes off and they're like, no! And then they run into the house and they're shooting and everything. It was like a movie for me. I mean, I was a little kid, so I didn't know, it was just a cinematic. That's not anything. Like, it caught my attention right off the bat. It was like a movie, and then it was driven by story and characters developing, and the characters had relations, and it was the first game that I saw that had more substance to it than either fight each other for no reason, because I didn't know Mortal Kombat had a story then or anything like that, but it had more substance than go save the princess, or just fight, or just shoot, or race, or whatever. It had a story, like, you're here to go find Bravo team who went missing in the Arcalay Mountains outside of Raccoon City. You're part of a select few people who are amazing police and blah blah blah, stars, zombies, go kill things. That was like a really bad interpretation of like a prologue for Resident Evil, but that's what caught my attention, and I enjoyed watching it, and it was, for me being a little kid, like, it was scary. It was just different, and it was scary, and it was new, and it was super exciting. So that caught my attention. So from there, then like there was Resident Evil 2, and that was the game for me, like a zombie shooter with story. And I think I stayed pretty much a casual gamer until by the time PlayStation 2 came out. And then that's when things started to change a bit more, because then I was old enough to really grasp the concept of the stories and follow them closer, and not just be like, wow, there's a story here and there's characters and I'm trying to do stuff and whatever. Like, I could actually follow the stories, keep up with the characters, remember who things were, because I was older and I was just capable of doing that. Like, on PlayStation 2, some of my favorite series was like the Ratchet & Clank series, Jak and Daxter series, Sly Cooper series, and Resident Evil 4, all that. Like, I love those, and they're all story games. Like, they're platformers, but they're story games. They've got characters, they've got character development, things happen, you kind of got to follow them. Especially Jak 2 was one of the big ones. Like, I like Sly Cooper and I like Ratchet & Clank, but Jak and Daxter series was my personal favorite out of those three. That was my personal favorite, and Jak 2 really changed everything. Out of the first three of those games, out of the first ones for each of those series, Sly Cooper 1 is my favorite out of the first three. Then Jak 2. And I don't think any of them beat Jak 2. Just the first three games. Because Ratchet & Clank is still going, and they're going to keep popping those out because they're consistently good. But Jak 2 really kind of changed it, like, to where I wasn't just playing games anymore just for the sake of, like, killing time. I was playing games for stories, for going to, like, new worlds and exploring things and all that. And then, so then I wasn't necessarily just a every once in a while kind of gamer. Like, I would game probably 4 or 5 days a week at most. Obviously, I was still in school then. I was still kind of young, like early teenage years or whatever, till about when I was 17, I think, 17 or I believe 17. Eventually, I bought my own PlayStation 3. I didn't get a PlayStation 3 till I bought it myself. Reached a M.o.a.b. Just saying that. So when I was 17, I had a job and I saved up a bunch of money for the PlayStation, but I didn't have enough to get it. And then one night, I was babysitting for my mom's friends. I was babysitting their kids, and when my parents came home, they came home with a PlayStation 3 because they knew that I had enough money to buy it and that I wanted to get it, so they went out and bought it, and then, I just paid them back. And the only game I had was MotoStorm for it, because that's what the bundle was. It was MotoStorm 1 with a PlayStation 3. And that was fine. I played the hell out of that game. Like, it was fun, but it was the only thing I had, so I played it. I played the hell out of it. And one day, I ran into a guy in one of the lobbies named Lord ZZ. And he liked my name, my screen name being FLCL Crim 2, as you can see on the kill feeds. And he had me as a friend because he knows FLCL is the show Fully Cooley, and he liked that show. So we became friends, and that Christmas, '07, Call of Duty 4 had just come out, and I didn't buy it right away. I wasn't a giant Call of Duty person. I did play 2 and I played 3, but it was okay. I just wasn't a giant fan. 4 caught my attention, so I started to play. I got 4 at Christmas and played the story, and then we played online, and ZZ invited me, and we were playing together, and I just had a natural talent for it. Like, I don't know what changed from when I was a little kid, jumping all over the place and moving my body to play, to where I was then as just a naturally good player at Call of Duty. I don't know what changed. So I joined his clan because he invited me, and then from there the rest is history. Call of Duty 4 was the game that pulled me into online multiplayer, and like I said, the rest is history now. This is where I am now, still playing Call of Duty, still loving online, still loving gaming. See you later, guys.